Good morning, beautiful people. How are you today? Saravana share to you. It is so nice to be checking in with you, beautiful souls. So today I'm trying to shift. I'm trying to shift my perspective. I'm trying to elevate my energy levels. I'm trying to find my light again. As many of you know, I've been going through a difficult time. I've been rocking a tower moment, but I'm here to say that I want to take charge of my life again. I want to go forward, and I don't want to be trapped in this like deep puddle of sadness where the gravity of that sadness just keeps pulling you down. I tell you what, I keep thinking of Frozen 2 when I think about this, but today is not going to be one of those wallowing in self-pity days. I'm vowing to smile and laugh and work and tap into my creative processes today. And in order for me to really do that, to be successful in that, I have to reignite my daily practice. I'm going to bring in drums. I'm going to bring in my hoodoo waters and colognes and oils and my beautiful earthly alchemy sprays, and just reconnect with that aspect of myself, because I've always been that type of person that when life hands you lemons, you take a moment and decide whether or not you're going to do tequila shots or make lemonade. And so I'm in that between phase, and it's a weird way of putting it, I know, but I've decided to make lemonade, and just to freshen up things a little bit more and just to get on with it, because I'm busy and I want to immerse myself in the things that like bring me a lot of joy and that help me connect to you guys, and that enable me to just feel like I'm doing something important. And this has become more apparent to me since my children are now, you know, sort of I'm separated from my children a bit more, and you know, they've gone over to their dad's place for 2 days, and that leaves me for 2 days by myself with my own devices. And yesterday was a day where I dedicated solely to Bone Stone, and today I have to catch up on readings because I am very far behind and I have a lot of readings to get through. So I just need to like rein it in and yeah, do that kind of good fun stuff. I look haggard, but I am well slept, and I decided that I would not do any makeup at all today. I just wanted to remain in my pure shell. It's a weird way of putting it, but I just wanted to be in my pure shell. And I'm wearing an unusual amount of black, and then I figure, and that wasn't intentional. I'm just like, okay, we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna just enter a phase of mourning and respect that, and allow the beauty of this moment in my life to shine out in some way, so that I can genuinely appreciate this experience for what it is, a massive learning curve and an act of unbridled freedom. So I've had to set up my ring light because, well, it's dark. It just got even darker. But look, light! So I decided that this would be a really great time to unbox some stuff, and let the Taurus in me just have that, just that moment. You know what I mean, guys? I mean, opening up presents is about my most favorite thing, and not from a materialistic perspective, from just this wonder and awe perspective. Like, and it doesn't have to be a new thing that I'm unboxing. I just love the introduction of like beautiful things into my life and meaningful things into my life. I just relish that. But it is to no surprise though that I am really effing good at delaying gratification. So it is possible for me to receive something and then hold on to it and hold on to it and hold on to it and then unbox it. I'm very, very good at that kind of stuff, and I've proved that to myself, especially as a tarot collector, time and time again. Anyways, enough about that facet of my life. Now you know me a little bit better. I want to unbox this one here, which I do believe is the Witch's Box book subscription box, and I am excited. Okay, so this is a bit of a weird angle. I respect that, but nevertheless, we are going to be unboxing the Witch's book subscription box. Now, I am an affiliate for the Witches Box book subscription box, so I'm going to put my affiliate link in the description box below. If you are keen on checking out this subscription box, which in my opinion is very unique, and I can say this from the perspective of someone who has unboxed many a box, witchy subscription box for that matter, and I have yet to see one that does books. So the bookish community has many a book subscription box, but the witches reading community, the book witch community, if you will, does not. So this is the one that that came up in my radar, and they kindly offered to send me out some boxes, and I've got to say, I've loved the really honest sort of reach of this book subscription box. And it is because when they first contacted me, they said, we want your honest review. If you don't like it, tell us why you don't like it. If you do like it, tell us why you do like it. They're really interested in sort of understanding, you know, what makes a person tick, and, you know, the genuine thoughts about a book, rather than the just like everything. It's very easy to just like everything. It's very kind, and it's also very polite. But when it comes to books, I take books seriously. Books are radical. They will change your life. Many a person has literally fallen down the rabbit hole, Alice in Wonderland reference, upon reading a book. It can actually ignite this quiet rebellion within you and bring new thoughts and ideas that can truly shift consciousness and change perspectives. Books are incredible things. I have felt this way about books forever. They really will unlock the doors of possibility and imagination and creativity within you. So it's worth having a conversation about books, especially good books. And so, one thing that I did want to say as well about the Witches Box is that they have, and it would be mentioned here, they have live gatherings for their book subscription box. So I'm going to read this little bit to you. Here we are in December. This is the December box. I'm a bit late, I know. And I must say that I am thrilled by how well our book Coven is coming along. Yes, a book Coven. I'm enjoying the dialogues coming up on the forum, and our live gatherings have been lively and really thought-provoking. This month we're going into an interesting direction that really seeks to ask, what is the place of the witch in the political scheme of things, which is, that's a heavy one. Both these books share different ideas, approaches, and ways to just practice self-care in the middle of what can be confusing or distressing for most of us. In your box, you have the following signed books. That's right, these books are oftentimes signed by the author. The New Aradia, edited by Laura Tempest Zarcroft, and Magic for the Resistance by Michael M. Hughes. Both writers have agreed to join us at the end of this month for our live Witches Book Coven gathering. And there is your have it. Lots and lots of stuff going on over there. They do have these really good lives. I'm yet to make one because time zones and things of that nature, but I'm keen. I'm keen to get on there, and I genuinely have relatively strong opinions about books. So this is the New Aradia, A Witch's Handbook to Magical Resistance. That is the book there. Beautiful Laura Tempest Zarcroft artwork in the front. It is a, let's go with, all the way to the back that is. It is 104 pages. It's tiny, and it features her sigil art. If you did not know, Laura Tempest Zarcroft has other books out, and one of them is Sigil Witchery, where she gets to express her magical sigil making, creative witch, art witch process. I took that book away with me on a women's retreat some months ago, and the ladies loved it, and changes lives when you learn about sigil magic. It really does, and it turned out to be the perfect book. And it's pretty, like she does pretty work. So we have a really interesting kind of layout in this book. Just the writing is really tiny, which irks me. I wear glasses, so I look at that. If a book has too small a writing for me, I will get the Kindle version, because at least then I know that I can, well, if it's available that is, because at least then I know that I can increase the font size. This is the Rituals and Spells for Change Magic for the Resistance by Michael M. Hughes. We have this. You can see the flicker of my candles in the back. So this one looks like a bit of a meatier read. And what does the back say? It's a Llewellyn print. Who printed this one here? A Revelor Press. So this is Llewellyn here. Includes spells for racial justice, women's rights, LGBTQ plus rights, anti-fascism, environmentalism, immigration, refugee support, and non-violence. So it sounds like a really interesting book. I do feel like there'd be a lot of sort of like American politics embedded in this one. A lot of Trump stuff. I just get this feeling. Mojo bags, yes. Biological alarm systems, amulets and talismans. Bindings, the binding and hexing. Oh, love me a good binding and hex. Setting it loose and propagating it. Sigil creation. This is nice. Oh yes, we have the Austin Osman Spare. 1886 to 1956. That's when he ruled. And so, oh, this is Trump. Yeah, I finally saw the words Trump multiple times in that section. So, really, really interesting subject matter and theme to pursue through books. And that is what makes the Witch's Box quite thought-provoking, because I don't hear very many people talking about the political landscape for witches. And it is definitely something that I'm sure each of us quietly think. I am extraordinarily grateful for being a witch in this particular lifetime, I suppose. This snapshot in time. So much has changed, and I'm very grateful for the liberties, I suppose is the right word, that I'm afforded. But at the same time, it feels really semi-permanent. I don't know how to put it. It's like smoke. It feels like smoke. At any point in time, that can change. And I think about that on a constant because of, you know, the way that those who are accused of witchcraft are still to this very day treated in different parts of the world. So the acceptance for witchcraft is not global. And those of us who are able to openly express our craft can do so from very few places in the world, really. And that is constantly playing in the back of my mind, how much more dangerous my life would be if I was living in a completely different part of the world. A world that is still shrouded in non-acceptance for the craft. Like, just, I shudder to think. And then I quickly switch up and go to more rosier territory where I honestly see the celebration of witchcraft and paganism and all those beautiful things being so well received in different parts of the world. But I still consider it to be that kind of radical acceptance of witchcraft is like on a knife's edge, in my very personal opinion. And I say this from the perspective of someone who has traveled and who has lived in multiple countries in her life and who has experienced, has had an immersive experience in different parts of the world with my witchcraft. It's something to think about. It's definitely something to think about. And so I'm really interested to see how that theme is explored and what people's perspectives and points of views are about that. Check this out. I have the best sister. I do. I have the best sister. My little sister goes into the city 3 days a week to study, and she has to walk past one of my favorite bookstores in Hobart, and it's a Dymocks. Now, Dymocks is a chain of bookstores, but the one in Hobart is the best Dymocks ever, because of the staff that work there. The staff that work there are amazing. They will literally stop and talk books with you, like good book talk. It's wonderful. So she went by and she picked this up for me, which is the little catalogue, and she says, if there's anything that you like, circle it, put money in an envelope and I'll grab it for you. And I'm like, wow, because it's a hike to the city. It's about 45 minutes drive there, and then parking, and then 40, you know, that's into the city centre. So I'm excited, and I'm a bit confused as well because I've already read Daisy Jones and the Six and by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I found it to be annoyingly addictive. Like, I didn't want to like the book or the story. I got very anxious about it, but at the same time, I knew that I was invested. I knew that the way that the book was making me feel, yeah, I got invested. And Daisy Jones is this fictitious rock star, musician, and icon of her era, and she is the worst kind of person. But you can't help but sort of connect with her story, and it's just, yeah, it's one of those books that just, it works on you in some way. But I've read that, and it says it's only out for Kindle. I Kindle a lot of things. Anyway, what are you reading at the moment? I'd love to hear what you're reading. Fiction wise, that is, because I'm in a fiction kick. I'm at the process, I'm in the, what is it that I'm trying to say? Right now, I am reading the arc of the Scythe series by Neil Shusterman, and I finished book 1. I've downloaded book 2, Thunderhead, and book 1 is, by the way, called Scythe, if you've never heard of it. It's a dystopian. Right, I have to share this. Oh, I was dirty about it, let me tell you. So the beautiful Spacious Tarot arrived. If you're not familiar with the Spacious Tarot, this is a deck created by Carrie Mallions. She used to go by the name Happy Fish Tarot, and she's a blogger, and she did a few vlogs there at one particular point in time, and she put out the Spacious Tarot. It was a Kickstarter, which I backed. I bought it. It came perfect. It came in perfect condition to me until I was carrying it up the hill and I dented the edge. It landed like, I have to show you this. It's damaged goods. Look, I damaged it. I damaged it. And I was like, my sister was there, and I was like it just, she's like, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. I'm like, you don't understand. The box means as much as the deck. Oh, it just made me so upset. But anyways, it feels like a very sturdy box. I didn't doubt the fact that she would make a very sturdy box. Look at the back. Look at the back. I am planning on unboxing it for Cardslinger, so if you are a member of my Patreon Cardslinger tier, or the Coven tier for that matter, you will see this unboxing, and then I'll probably do a really quick one for YouTube as well. But I'm so dirty about it. Have you ever damaged a deck like that? Like, I know that we have the deck damage story. I know that we have that, and I've read about so many. I remember I did a little number on my Wildwood Tarot because I got too close with the Palo Santo, and I literally browned the edges, and I was like, oh, over eager. So I have to go down to my little abode and sort out something for lunch, but I'm feeling really weepy today. I don't know, I'm just not used to feeling so damn discombobulated. I'm not a heavy crier. Those that know me know that that is that's a strong truth. But lately I've actually been really like emotional. I had to speak to my in-laws, whom I love very dearly. They've just been so lovely to me, you know, during our relationship. And yeah, his mum especially is such a gem. It was hard. It was hard to actually look her in the eye. See, I'm just really weepy. And I'm not embarrassed about being weepy. Usually I just shy away from going, don't cry, don't look at me. I'm just crying all of the time. And I'm not depressed, I'm just crying, I'm just releasing it, you know? It's like all the tears have built up, and I'm not depressed. I want you to understand that I am not depressed. I am sad though. I am so sad. It's incredible how sad I am. And this morning, my ex-partner came over to pick some stuff up and drop some stuff off, and he brought the kids, and they all came running out to see me because he's had them for one night. He'll have them for tonight as well. And my 4-year-old, she's just clinging to me going, but I don't want to leave you, Mummy. And I was just like, what a crap time. What a crappy time. Look at my beautiful roses though. Isn't that beautiful? Now figure out how I'm going to hunt down my Apple Care warranty for my Apple Watch that I dropped face down and smashed yesterday, because when it rains it effing pours, doesn't it? Isn't that what they say? Isn't that the old chestnut? I want to say this really quickly, and that is about tiny home living. Now, tiny home living is something that before I had experienced it, let me put myself in focus, I always wanted to experience it, you see. And being able to be down here and accidentally experience it, because we basically just slotted into a lifestyle down here. It's been really, really interesting. On one side, I appreciate it so much. I appreciate the usability of a small space. It's so much more than you think it is. I appreciate the off-grid nature. I don't have to pay for power. I don't have to pay for water. And heating comes from this property. We have a fireplace and we heat with fallen timber that is found on our massive acreage here. And so the savings are exponential. They really are. They're very tactile. You can experience the type of savings that you make in sacrificing like massive homes and like inner city kind of living. That was a bee. The bee loves me. Didn't like me standing too close to its little flower thingy there. But yeah, just coming out here has, I mean, I've had a lot of things happen since I've been here, but it's all been life related, and none of it would be considered bad luck. And most of it, in fact, would be just like character building. But tiny homes, oh my gosh, use the space well. And at the moment I don't feel like I'm using that space well, so I'm trying to figure out a better sleeping solution for my 3 children, because what we've got in that space right now, it occupies way too much space and it feels clunky, and when it feels clunky it doesn't allow energy to flow through the house very nicely. So yesterday I purged quite a bit, and I want to keep doing that, and I want to find a better sleeping solution for my 3 children. So if you have any kind of tiny home, tiny space kind of ideas, let me know. So I've just had lunch. My darling father so kindly bought me lunch because he knows how I typically like to work through the day. And he is of the opinion that I need to be much more gentle with myself. And it seems that the majority hold that same opinion. So I jumped on YouTube and I was looking at some channels, and I found this one here, and I want to show you. It's this one right here, and it was just so serendipitous, if that is a word. I follow a lady by the name of Luninate on YouTube. I'm a big ASMR fan. My absolute favorite ASMR artist is the Gentle Whisperer, or Gentle Whispering, whichever way you put it, and I love her. And I also watch this Luninate, which my very, very good friend Shannon, who is also a YouTuber, got me onto. And she is Luninate. This is a Reiki practitioner that does ASMR, crystal healing, all different types of videos by proxy. And so I've recommended her and her channel and her work to a lot of people. And so this one came up on my feed, and it was promoting this this new ASMR channel. She's not new to YouTube. I think she's Reiki with Anna. But this one was for loss, grief, energy work with a Reiki master, support for a heartache and trauma. And I thought, maybe it's not trauma, but maybe it is. It's definitely heartache that I'm feeling. So I started watching. I got through about 18 minutes, as you can see here. Got through 18 minutes, but it's an hour and 39 minutes in length, and I'm like, that's a little too long for a lunch break. So I decided that I would come back up here, and was greeted with an annoying freaking fly. I don't know how they get in here. I'm absolutely perplexed. But they drive me insane. They are the single noise that will unhinge me. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm exhausted. I've been in tears for most of the day, and I've just finished readings. It was actually wonderful to do readings again. it just took my mind completely off my problem right now, and I was just able to immerse myself in that skill set that I have, and it just allowed me to just lose myself and really dedicate some time and energy to other people. I'm just very blessed to be able to have had that escape. But as soon as I come out of that sacred spirit space, I start to think about things again. My mind starts to get active and I start to cry. I spoke to my sister, my little sister, and she's flying in. I'm picking her up tomorrow morning, so that was a really wonderful surprise. It's so nice to know that my family's behind me at this time of my life and during this really just such a stressful process. And I don't know, I don't even know how to put it. I'm sad, I'm disappointed, I'm so many heavy things. I'm really tired as well. Like, I just want to sleep. I just want to curl up and do absolutely nothing, and yet that's the last thing that I'm able to do because I have got so much responsibility on my plate at the moment that I can't even have that downtime that I so desperately need right now. And it's just such a hectic time. So to be able to lose myself in small moments like this for even an hour at a time is a wonderful blessing. To have a father who's willing to bring me my lunch so that I don't have to again break concentration and do things of the mundane that will sort of put me in that same space. It's just, I can really see some small blessings and I'm just so grateful for them. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Believe it or not, I had the idea to vlog today because it gave me some company, gave me some people to talk to. The house feels so empty without my babies in it, and I knew that I wouldn't see or speak to too many people today, and as it turned out, you guys were incredible company for me, and I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to just be very tenderly myself during this very difficult time, and for supporting me, and for all the wonderful messages that I have received. I've received hundreds of messages, hundreds of well wishes, and just so much love that it makes me feel at least acknowledged. And yeah, and that's a beautiful thing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to the bottom of your heart. And hopefully if I feel like vlogging tomorrow, I will, and I likely will because I'm picking up my sister, and you know, that's positive. So yeah, let's see how we go. Thanks for hanging out, folks. I'll talk to you soon. Much love, many blessings.